Hello, everybody. It's General Conchan Kaido with the great and glorious Suicide Donkeys. And don't forget our allies, the Night Marauders. Alright, let's go ahead and jump into this video. We're talking about mortars and everything, so let's go ahead and talk about mortars. Now, before I get into that, though, I do want to go ahead and bring up some clan news. First off, all of y'all know we were at war with the dead humans. And here's pretty much the result of it. The dead humans have gained a whopping. Let me look at the chart here and see what they had. A little math. 72. Yes, congratulations, dead humans, on gaining 72 tags in the past 24 hours. Now, as far as our alliance, we picked up 3,750 plus tags to go ahead and not only pass the dead humans, but pretty much it was just a massacre. Now we're sitting at 6, and that's pretty much where we're going to stay for a while. A lot of us are way too high in ranking right now to even consider anything higher. Our promotions just aren't high enough, and that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about the mortars promotions today, and I'm even going to do an attack with just the mortars. Okay, so let's go ahead, and I want to watch a battle real quick. Now there's one I definitely wanted to watch before we start, but I can't watch it. So he got 100% on me. Yep, that's kills, but it won't replay the match, so I can't watch it. I don't know what happened. So I guess we'll go with the next closest thing. We will go with this level 118 and see why he only got 1 star, why my base held out. Alright, so let's go ahead and watch that. Enjoy it, and of course, like always, I'll have a little music in the background. can see, mortars can be pretty nasty on the battlefield, and that's what we're going to talk about, mortars today. He wasn't able to take the base, even though he used 5 rockets to attack my base. Just didn't have enough. Now, he does have high promotions, but his battle tactics were horrible. I would never use the tactic he used. So, let's do something that's really stupid and use tactics that are really stupid. Okay, now, what I'm talking about is I'm going to attack with all mortars. Alright? So let's look at my mortars. Right now they're sitting at rank 5. Now, rank 5 is not high enough to be attacking bases at my level. I do it, I attack bases even higher than mine, but they're not that effective on there. It takes too many mortar troops. You have to drop down at least 8 to start taking out some of those higher levels. Alright, and 8 in a bundle, that's just too dangerous. 2 howitzer shots are done. If they get in the crossfire of a machine gun nest and a howitzer, they're pretty much done. There's nothing you can do about it. And see, their health don't really stand too high. It only stands at 70. So until you get your mortarmen to about rank 7, you should not be attacking a rank 7 base. However, if you got riflemen, little Rambos that are high enough, as one player put it, they'll pretty much pull off an successful wall or cannon fodder while your mortars are moving into position to take it. However, tanks are the most effective at higher levels, but you'll have to take out their cannons before you start working on these. Now, the range of the mortarmen, as you can see, is 9 yards, but coincidentally, so is that of the range of both the gun turret and both the machine guns. Alright, now I'll give you a little history. In World War II, our military, at least the US part, used a 4.2 foot mortar which fired high explosive and phosphorus shells, which exploded on the target. Now, the phosphorus shells pretty much get the people who are dug in. Some nasty shit. I really think it should be outlawed, but, you know, it's not a proper weapon to use for war. Alright, now, the men that are carrying the mortars now, I say they're pretty much carrying a 81 millimeter mortar. Now, usually there was a 3-man team. There was a loader, there was a launcher, and then there was a guy on the radio that went ahead and coordinated the attack to support the infantry that were on the field. Now, when it comes to beach assault, the mortars were usually stayed on the landing craft or fired from the landing craft to the beach in front of the troops as the troops were marching and pushing forward up on the beach. Now, in this game, slightly different. The mortarmen are individuals, taking about 3 seconds to set up, and each fire takes about a second. So your mortarmen have to be in position, hold the position, and you got to make sure you prevent them from taking any kind of enemy fire for at least those 3 seconds. Alright, so now let's look at an attack. I'm going to attack just a random with a mortarman. Now, my mortarman level and rank would be that of a probably a level 6 base would be a most effective. But here's a level 108. Let's go ahead and look at his base. See, he's got a solid defense base, but this would be a good example of how to use how not to use your mortarmen. Now, the mortarmen are going to get creamed. 1 howitzer shot with 2 machine guns. It'll end their day. It's going to be horrible. And really, I do not want to have a video where I just get slaughtered by using a poor tactic. I want to at least give these guys a little bit of a chance. So let's find a pretty decent base here. I don't want to go too low level, but I want something that I can demonstrate. Now, this base is poorly designed. It'd be easy. But 53. This level's high enough. No, gotta get something a little harder here. What something here? Let's just cycle through. Maybe I should attack a high level, like somebody in the hundreds. 59. I think that's about one of the highest levels on here. Alright, so this base setup is close to mine, so we're going to go ahead and plop down the mortarmen. Now, unfortunately, mortarmen at this level, you're not really going to get too effective of an attack. So we're going to go ahead and give it a shot. So we're going to drop the first wave down. You see I have 64 mortarmen, and they're quickly gunned down. But they get a few shells off and do quite a significant amount of damage on here. And that's about 3 mortarmen. So let's go ahead and drop down about 15, close to 15 of them. And see, they're getting gunned down. They're able to get that out. Get 2. And here comes the planes, which is just going to wreck their day. Now, they probably would have got a 3rd. Not sure, but that's about the effectiveness of 15. So we're going to go ahead and get rid of these planes so we can get back to this battle real quick. So, don't really care about my planes right now. We're not really trying to win any kind of medals whatsoever. We're going to go ahead and put a mortar down here. Start working on those. And it would draw the tanks and get the tanks out of the way. So now what we're going to do with the final mortars we have, we're just going to swarm them on the battlefield and see how effective they are. As soon as the tanks get the heck out of my way. Come on, keep going. Alright, now this is the result of 30. So we're going to drop 30. I know it's 29, but close enough. We're going to drop 30 down. Now we're going to see how quick they take all these defenses out. Now, unfortunately, like I said, no protection whatsoever. They cannot take damage from the howitzer. I'm definitely going to lose this. But as you can see, there's only 3 of them. They're holding up, and those 3 were able to take it down. So the higher level you get your mortars, if you get some cannon fodder in front of them, you really don't need that many mortars. You just need to place them in the right spot at the right time to take down what is necessary. Now, I'm definitely going to lose this battle. There's nothing I can do about this. The only thing I can do is probably just go ahead and spam the rest of these planes and just get a few more points here. Now, when it comes to cannon fodder, you got 2 methods you can use. You can use high-level riflemen, which they can take quite a bit, or you can use tanks. Now, 1 tank will do the job. However, 2 machine guns or 1 high-level machine gun nest and 1 cannon can take down your tanks really quick. So if you're going to use tanks, you have to have them with infantry support. So my recommendation, if you're moving up, go ahead and send in probably a couple infantry units, followed by 1 tank, followed by mortarmen. Now by doing this, the machine guns will focus on the riflemen. Your tanks will be able to do the damage, and when your tanks push up a little bit, they'll be able to soak up the howitzers. Now when I say in that order, sometimes you can just push up the riflemen, get the riflemen up there, and that should be all it takes. Now, I'm definitely not going to get the points I needed on here. I'm going to lose this battle, but it's for demonstration purposes, and I can always get 8 tags back real easy. So, that's your mortarmen in a nutshell, man. Mortarmen are very dangerous. They fire high explosive rounds that do damage buildings, even if they hit in the walls. And they aren't worth shit unless you give them support. So, never send your mortarmen up front. Always be filtering riflemen or tanks in front of them to draw the line of fire while the mortarmen keep pushing up front. Okay? The mortarmen will take out the enemy defenses, but if you don't know your mortarmen, you don't know how to war. Alright, this is General Kanchan Kato with the Suicide Donkeys, and I'm going to sign off. See y'all next video. And don't forget, Sunday is Donkey News. See you there.